Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions wear test and review on the new Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation as well as concealer. If you are interested in seeing how this applies and wears throughout the day, you're in the right place. Just keep on watching. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're just going to be hanging out. It's a Sunday. I just want to do girl things. It is about 10 a.m. right now, and today we are going to be doing a first impressions review and wear test on the new Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. Now, I have her old foundation. It was like the all face, and that is like super pigmented concentration. It's hard to find your exact color. A lot of it is very like yellow based, but I'm hoping that with this one that won't be the case. It looks like a nice neutral tone to me. I also have tried her stick foundation as well as like the Skin Cognito. If any of you guys are interested in either one of those foundations, I still have those, so just let me know. I would be happy to review those. But today we're going to be focusing on her newest addition to her line, and that is the Light Illusion. Now this, you get the typical 1 ounce. It has a pump, which is fantastic. And I just love the packaging. I think it's very like classic looking with the glass bottle, very nice. And then her white lid with like the rose gold, so pretty. And a lot of her packaging is in this same type of design. So I really love her packaging, and I think, excuse me. So a lot of her packaging is in this same type of design, and what I think that is so cool about Drew Barrymore, who is like the co-founder, I believe, of this line. Anyway, she's like the CEO or something like that. She's over this line, let's just put it that way. She likes to focus on the formula, so she wants like high-end formulas, and the packaging they don't skimp on either. I love Drew Barrymore in general. I always have. I think she is a fantastic actress. She's so funny. She's so down to earth, it seems. You know, it doesn't seem like the fame has went to her head. Anyway, in short, I like supporting her, and I think she does a great job on her products, just making sure that she's getting a quality product out to the public, which I can appreciate. But we're going to see how this one performs. Now this one retails, it's like $12.99 or $13.99, and then we are also going to be trying out the concealer as well. This says it's a full coverage concealer, weightless feel, crease proof, which is nice. Softly angled tip for precise application. So this is that there, and again, it's got the white lid with the rose gold. So pretty. So as you can tell, I have not tried these at all. So this will be definitely a first impressions. Now I am going to, like I did in my last foundation review, I'm going to prime half of my face, and I'm going to use my Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth Primer. I will prime this half of my face. And it feels so weird just priming half of your face because you're so programmed to like rub it all over. I have to like consciously tell myself not to do that. And I like to kind of rub in a downward motion, because we all have that peach fuzz on our face, whether you can see it or not. So I just like to rub it downwards, and I think it helps out with that not, you know, catching on your foundation and making it look a little bit cakey. Now this is supposed to be very glowy. I have seen a few reviews on this foundation, and it seems like it's glowy, but it still has coverage. Now what will be interesting to me is if it lasts. Because like I said, I do not touch up. If anything, I'll just like blot my face, but I never touch up my makeup. I put it on in the morning, and that's it. It's got to last all day. So, like I did in my last review, I am going to, sorry guys, I'm just opening up my makeup bag. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. foundation brush on half of my face, and then I will be using, I actually have my L'Oreal sponge today. It's already dampened. I will be using that on the other half of my face. We'll see which one looks better, and then I'll just probably finish up whatever side with that method. Alright, so I'm just going to put, let me prep this pump. Just going to start off with 2 pumps. And that's not a bad color match for buying this online. Looks like it's going to match pretty perfectly, actually. Okay, so we'll start with the brush. And I'm going to be outside today a lot. I will try to do some check-ins and throughout the day and in natural lighting. I plan to go to the flea market. We have a pretty big flea market here, and we have snakes. Well, my husband has snakes, and we had some like frozen mice, but one of our snakes won't eat the frozen mice, so it's been a while since he ate. I'm going to try to go to the flea market and get him, or her, I don't know, get them a live little mouse, because they're not very big. But yeah, we have 2 snakes. Okay, so I used up those 2 pumps on this half of my face, and I can tell a big difference. Like, I can definitely see the glowiness. You can still see here, it's not covering up that acne very well. Definitely not on my chin either. So I'm going to try to build that up with the brush, see if this is buildable. But yeah, I would love to do a animal tour for you guys if you would be interested in that. My husband collects a lot of weird, or not, I mean just uncommon animals. And I've been with him, this year we will be married 9 years, actually in a few days. We will have been married 9 years, and we've been together basically since we were like 13, so he's like my high school sweetheart, and he still is my sweetheart. But anyway, we have been through quite the arrangement of pets in those years because we both really like animals. He just tends to like the ones that you can't cuddle. And my daughter has a friend over, so we might try to catch a movie. So anyway, I will be out putting this foundation to the test. Okay, so it still is not full coverage, guys. Like, I don't mind the coverage, but I really like the finish. I like how glowy it is, but the coverage of it is not where I would want it. For me, I would definitely have to conceal before putting on foundation again for this foundation, which is fine. It's completely fine. But the coverage on me is not as much as I've seen on the internet, but those people didn't have as much to cover, so that's why I really like doing these reviews, especially foundation reviews for other people that have acne like I do, because a lot of the people on YouTube, they have like perfect skin, you know, like makeup optional skin, I would say. Which is great, but for people that actually have stuff to cover, you're not getting a realistic view of the coverage. Now, what is super weird about this is that, wow, this is really, really weird. I don't know if you guys can pick up on this on camera, but it is more glowy on the brush side, which is extremely strange. Like, if any of you use a sponge, you know that that's pretty weird. Usually it looks, you know, more full coverage, more matte on the brush side, but I'm actually getting better coverage, and it's a little bit less glowy, which I kind of like because I do tend to get oily. Like, it's still glowy, it's just not as glowy on this side, but I'm getting better coverage with the sponge. Now, I did do a pretty dang good job on that foundation match. That is one thing I will say, as far as like buying foundations online, I am pretty dang good at it. I usually get like a pretty, like an exact, basically, color match. Alright guys, yeah. So I'm going to get a little bit closer just so you guys can see. So you can see both sides are still glowy, but keep in mind I have 2 layers on this side over here and only 1 on this side, and the coverage is better. I'm like shocked. So I do think that that's really good that we've started doing these reviews like this, using a brush on one side and a sponge on the other, because sometimes foundations can really surprise you. So I definitely prefer this one with a sponge. So I'm just going to see if I can build up some of the coverage over here on my chin. That's really about the only place I need it on this side of my face. And then I'll just kind of go over this side again, basically with like a damp sponge, just picking up any excess product that may be laying on my face. But yeah, that's super surprising. And I got this concealer just to try it out. You guys know, I've mentioned this before, I don't wear concealer that often, just because usually the foundations that I'm getting, I really get the coverage that I need from that. I definitely am not the like tinted moisturizer or naked skin type of wearer. I like full coverage that is going to last all freaking day, but not look cakey. So if you are into those foundations, then you know what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm going to be basing my thoughts on. God, you guys, these fine lines just came in out of nowhere. I hate it. I'm not even 30 yet. I'm not even 29 yet. These things are coming in with a vengeance, I'll tell you that. It's like they appeared overnight or something, and now like everything keeps sinking into them, and I cannot stand it. If any of you guys have a fix for that, please let your girl know. Alright guys, I am going to go ahead and apply the concealer, rather. Okay, I do like how thin this doe foot is, if you can see that. It's very thin, so it would lay nicely under the eyes. And mainly, my darkness is in this innermost crevice over here. I'm going to see if I can apply some of this just to my bumps on the side. I wish I would have just went in with a sponge from the get-go, But I've already applied so many layers, I don't want to like apply a whole nother layer of foundation over here. So I'm just going to put that on the spots that I have. Okay. Now I'm going to take my sponge, and I really like to let, like when I am applying concealer, I like to let it sit on there for just a minute. That way I feel like I get the most coverage, because if you put it right on and then immediately blend it in, I feel like you're almost just blending it away in a sense. So I like to let that sit for just a moment, so that is what I'm going to do. Love coffee. I wish I could go to Starbucks every day. If I was rich, I would. I love Starbucks coffee, especially like their iced coffees. Ugh. Get out of here. Iced caramel macchiato. Bomb. That's my jam, guys. I have tried to make iced coffee at home. It is not the same. I'm sorry. It's just not. But then again, that could be like, you know, like whenever you go over to somebody's house and they've cooked something that you yourself have made like 100 times, it always tastes better at their house. It's probably just because you don't have to do it. It's probably just a mental thing, honestly. But regardless. Okay, guys, and one tip that I will give you is under the eyes, I like to go like back and forth. So if there are any lines in there, you'll like fully get up in there. You know what I mean? Alright, and of course, we're talking about Flower Beauty here. So we're going to be using the powder that I have not been able to put down, the powder foundation in the shade PP2, which I am running out of. I do have the loose setting powder from Flower. The packaging is just so freaking bulky, guys. I really don't use it like for that reason, because I don't like having it up on my counter. Seems silly. I mean, it's a fine powder. It's not bad at all, but that would be my gripe with it. It's just the packaging. It is so bulky. Get under this eye good. One thing I really do like about this foundation is that it does not look cakey. Like, I have 2 layers on this side. I have concealer, I have now powdered it, and it does not look cakey. And you can see, like, this side is set now, but you can see that it still has a glow to it, which I like. So that is nice. I do enjoy that. But the real test for me is going to be how it wears, because I really like the coverage with the sponge. Like, no complaints. I did not have to touch up over here at all. So the next time that I wear this, I don't think I will have to put on concealer first, actually, to cover up my blemishes. I would just use a sponge, and that gave me like awesome coverage. Now, I have powders. Alright, guys, this is it. I'm really happy with the coverage. I am enjoying this so far. Alright, guys, so the check-in time is going to be 10:20 a.m. Alright, guys, I'm going to go apply the rest of my makeup, Once I have all that done, I will hop back on here and we'll go over everything I have on my face. See you guys in a few. Alright guys, I am back. I've got all my makeup applied. Today on the rest of my face, I have got on my butter bronzer that I have been trying to use up. For my blush, highlighter, eyes, and lips, I am trying out the new Melissa Michelle collection from Ulta, the Bling on the Glam collection. That video should already be up, so I will link that at the end of this video. And then as far as my brows, I am wearing my Coastal Scents Smoky palette, and I am applying this shadow here. I love it. I think that it matches my hair pretty perfectly, and I can't get away from that. I picked it up and I can't put it down again. For my lashes, I am wearing the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara on the lower lashes. I have on my Lancome Sills Booster XL on the upper lashes, as well as my MDM Flow Greater Than Mascara. So currently it is 12:11. We will do some check-ins throughout the day and see how this is wearing. It is about 5:30. Right now I'm just like sitting outside enjoying the South Carolina thunderstorms in the afternoon. Like I said, it has been about 7 hours. I've been outside, I've been shopping, I've been eating, I've been drinking. I have not touched up at all. Now this is a luminous foundation and you can see the glow. However, it looks more glowy, I think, on the camera than it does in person. I am going to go get something to blot with, and we're going to see how this looks after blotting. I just got a white napkin, and I'm just going to blot, let's just say half of my face, okay? That way we can see the difference it makes. Okay, so I definitely did have some transfer. Ugh, that's disgusting. So yeah, I did have some excess oils. I told you guys I get shiny throughout the day, and like I said, this has been on for quite a while. I'm gonna go ahead and blot the other side just because the coverage is still there. Like, I did have some transfer, obviously, but my blush, my highlight, the coverage is still there, so I'm fine with that. As long as, you know, it's not looking bad afterwards, I really don't care if there's a little bit of transfer. That's just what happens when you have oils, guys. Alright. So, like I said, it's about 5:30. We will see how this is looking at the end of the night. It is 11:15. I finished up this makeup at like 10:20 a.m. if I'm thinking correctly. So it has been about 13 hours. I have not touched up at all. The only thing that I have done is I blotted my face one time, and that was after being outside in the South Carolina humidity for multiple hours. So that was really needed, in my opinion, if we wanted to give this a fair test. Okay, so again, this is the Light Illusion foundation. The foundation, I did check that pricing. The foundation retails for $13.99 for 1 fluid ounce, and the concealer that goes along with that collection retails for $9.99. So altogether, you're looking at about $25 for the set. Now, the concealer, sorry guys, I'm going to bring you in pretty close. You can tell that it has not creased. It still looks like nice and smooth, illuminated under my eyes. As far as the coverage goes with this foundation, it is still very glowy, which I like. I mean, I am a little bit shiny right now, but it is not like a gross shiny, and I'm actually still cooking right now. By the way, I'm in my daughter's room because this is the only room I could find quiet at this moment. Everyone's kind of in the living room, so I just came in here. But But yeah, guys, like, the coverage is still there. It has been 13 hours, and, you know, I love Lumi types of foundations, but usually they just don't last. This one actually lasted. Granted, I did set it. There are only a handful of foundations that I don't set. Generally, I set just about every one. But like I said, there are just a few that I don't. But I knew this was one I needed to set, and guys, it has really lasted, and I have put this through some stuff. I've cooked, I've cleaned, I've went shopping, I've been outside. So, and it's been 13 hours. Hello. This would definitely last you through a work day, like, no probs. So, this one gets a thumbs up from me. If you guys have tried this, let me know your thoughts and your opinions. If there's any other foundations that you guys would like for me to try, please list them below. I love doing foundation reviews. Like I've said 100 times, it is one of my, or probably my all-time favorite makeup product, like, ever. So, anyways, guys, I am about to head out. Please like this video if you thought it was helpful, if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already to catch all of my future videos, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.